Well, hello again, everyone, for yet another one of our little chats. I don't have a guest with me this week, so I'm going to go solo and see who I can recruit to sit here with me next week. I want to talk about a decision that we had to make here a couple of days ago because I know it affects really many parish families. And that's the decision that we made to cancel confirmation. Confirmation was originally scheduled to be here, I don't know, back in March, April, something like that. But because of the rise of our friend, COVID-19, the bishop understandably decided to cancel not only this confirmation and visitation, but confirmation liturgies all over the diocese. And given the complexity of his schedule, he eventually determined that he wasn't going to reschedule the time to come out and do confirmations. Instead, he was just going to up and delegate the parish pastors to do the confirmations. So, okay, fine. And so, thinking that COVID-19 would be well on its way into the mists of mortal memory by now, we scheduled our parish confirmation for this coming Sunday, the 12th of July, I think at 1 p.m. Anyway, we've now had to cancel that. We understand that the COVID-19 infections are predicated on three factors. First, of course, is the presence of the virus in someone or some ones who are often asymptomatic. Second is physical proximation to that carrier. And then finally is the time of exposure. Well, given the inevitably crowded church that we were going to be faced with at the Sunday confirmation Mass, and given the very social and perhaps we could even say somewhat cavalier approach of some young people to social distancing and masking, and given the nature of the confirmation liturgy, which requires me to repeatedly physically touch each and every person being confirmed, I think we have about 65 of them, and then given the surging rate of infection that our area is currently faced with, we decided that it was once again best to cancel confirmation. I'm sorry about this. I know that families have complicated schedules. You have vacations to take and so much else. So this isn't a decision that we reached in a very quick or easy fashion. Anyway, now we're going to try and shoot for Sunday, October the 4th. The actual time that afternoon will depend upon the Mass schedule that prevails at that time. And indeed, come the 4th of October, the very same circumstances that we're faced with this weekend might face us again, or even worse circumstances could be facing us. As I've said before 2 or 3 times, these are extraordinarily difficult days that we live in some fashion. It's a time of experimentation when so much is provisional and so much requires your patience. I'm very grateful to you. Many of you, whatever your thoughts are about COVID-19 and the social ramifications, the parish ramifications of COVID-19, you've met our circumstances with patience, and I plead that you would continue to do that. We try to weigh all the factors and make the best decisions we can make, given what we know today. We got our parish school First Communion scheduled for the 30th of August, and right now that's still on track. The ritual of First Communion does not require repeated physical touching and sanitization like the confirmation ritual does. Nonetheless, it's possible that we will be faced with having to reschedule that also. I'm not at the point of predicting that will happen. I'm just saying, that it could. All right, well, You know, in light of all of that, wouldn't a taco be pretty good right now? Wouldn't a taco be pretty good?
Taco sounds awesome.
Oh man, this old padre sure could use a taco for Madre. But our Tacos for Madre fundraiser has also had to be canceled. You know, one of our principal annual fundraisers for our sister parish, Santa Maria Madre de los Pobres parish down in San Salvador, El Salvador. However, the Madre Committee has designated the month of July as Madre Month. And so, if you'd like to make a contribution to our sister parish, you're warmly encouraged to do that. You know, it seems like in that part of the world, so many bad things happen all the time. So the COVID-19 virus is raging in that community. As I understand it, they're suffering many deaths. They, of course, don't have the medical resources that we do. Also, that tropical storm Cristobal roared through there, causing all kinds of damage. So, you know, they're just in a bad way. And if you'd like to make a donation to our sister parish, you can do that online on the parish website. Or you can just mail a check into the office, make it attention to Madre, and we'll see that it gets down there. If you have any questions about it, call the office and ask to speak to Karen Miller, our staff person who's charged with our Santa Maria Madre de los Pobres assistance efforts. Okay, that's all I can think of to tell you right now. It's been a busy time here in the last week, and yet I can't think of anything that would have wide applicability beyond what I've said. Megan, can you think of anything?
No, I cannot.
All right. Well, that being the case, from here in my little room at Visitation World Headquarters, I wish you goodbye and Godspeed.